So guys, if you needed more evidence that we are living in the funny timeline, look no further than the breaking news from this morning that I absolutely thought was satire. So, satire publication The Onion buys Alex Jones Infowars at auction with Sandy Hook family's backing. Like, can we just acknowledge that this is one of the funniest things to happen in news in a long time? This is so funny that I'm just like, oh, I'm still in disbelief. I'm in absolute disbelief. So let's take a look. The satirical news publication The Onion won the bidding for Alex Jones's Infowars at a bankruptcy auction backed by families of Sandy Hook Elementary School. Man, they used his own money. Shooting victims who Jones owes more than $1 billion in defamation judgments for calling the massacre a hoax. The purchase turns over Jones's company, which for decades has peddled in conspiracy and misinformation, to a humor website that plans to relaunch the Infowars platform in January as a parody. Oh, you know what? They're Chicago-based, so if you guys need somebody to do a little Alex Jones parody, I'm your man. I'll do it. I'm local. I'll do it. I'll talk about the gay frogs. I'll talk about anything that you need me to talk about. I'll talk about Donald Trump. I'll talk about even Joe Biden. You know, since Joe Biden's head of the cabal. Sorry. Within hours of the sales announcement Thursday, Infowars website was down, and Jones was broadcasting from what he said was a new studio location. Well, I called that one. I knew he was just going to relaunch because there's nothing that they could do otherwise. The dissolution of Alex Jones's assets and the death of Infowars is the justice that we have long awaited and fought for. Robbie Parker, whose daughter Emily was killed in the 2012 shooting in Connecticut, said a statement provided by his lawyer. The Onion acquired the conspiracy theory platform's website, social media accounts, studio in Austin, Texas, trademarks, and video archive for an undisclosed sale price. The satirical outlet, which carries the banner America's finest news source. I love The Onion. Like, make no mistake, I absolutely love The Onion. Its masthead was founded in the 1980s and for decades has skewered politics and pop culture, including making Jones a frequent target of mocking articles. Oh yeah, I can't tell you how many times they would even try to use headers that looked very similar to Infowars. Mass shootings in the U.S., such as Sandy Hook attack, are often followed by The Onion publishing slightly updated versions of No Way to Prevent This, says Only Nation, where this regularly happens. Yeah, they've reposted that multiple times. No price would be too high for such a cornucopia of malleable assets and minds. See, now, I guarantee a lot of people have either changed their emails or, the sub list is it'll be some people, but the majority I think it's going to be outdated info, but we'll see. And he says satirical posts. Oh, that's hilarious. They're going to get inundated with satirical posts. And honestly, dude, if they don't follow the news or Alex Jones regularly and they just get his updates via their emails, this could be hilarious. There's at least going to be one person that's just going to be like, just see what he said. And yet, in a stroke of good fortune, a formidable special interest group has outwitted the hapless owner of Infowars, a forgettable man with an allegedly already forgettable name, or forgotten name, and forced him to sell in a steep bargain, less than $1 trillion. He has definitely not been as popular, just in general, because all his outrage posts have gotten no traction. All right, so on his live broadcast, Jones was angry and defiant, vowing to challenge the sale and auction process in court. He later announced his show was being shut down. Jones, who had told listeners for days that he had a new studio already set up nearby, then resumed his broadcast on a different social media account. Yeah, that makes sense. Oh, so he's just literally doing the social media thing right now. That's kind of funny. This is a total attack on free speech. The deep state is completely out of control. I am sorry, guys. I got to do it. This is a total attack on free speech. The deep state is completely out of control. They're coming for you. This is the new tyranny of the New World Order. Or this... Somebody forgot this is. This is the tyranny of the New World Order. Desperate to silence the American people. He claimed the takeover by the Onion was premature because the bankruptcy judge had not yet signed off on the winning bid. Come on, man. Oh, you're just being a salty Susan. A Jones-affiliated company named by the bankruptcy trustee as the backup bid requested an immediate status conference. Yeah, conference. Okay, I got that right. Citing the apparent defects in the sale process, including changing the procedures, lack of transparency, and inaccurate disclosures of interested bidders. He's mad that the Allisons couldn't get a shot, guys. Joe Rogan couldn't even put his bid in. The Onion, based in Chicago, consulted on the bidding with some of the Sandy Hook families that sued Jones for defamation and emotional distress in lawsuits in Connecticut and Texas. Lawyers for the family said, our client... Oh man, this is a long article. It's almost done, though. Our clients knew that true accountability meant an end to Infowars and an end to Jones's ability to spread lies, pain, and fear at scale. Christopher Mattetti? He's a lawyer. Ben Collins, CEO of the Onion's parent company, Global Tetrahedron, told the Associated Press in a video interview that it will relaunch the Infowars website in January with satire aimed at conspiracy theorists and right-wing personalities. This is... guys, this is amazing. As well as educational information and gun violence prevention from the group Every Town for Gun Safety. Collins will not disclose the sale price. We thought it would be very, very funny joke if we bought this thing. Oh my god, they did it for the meme. the fact that it worked. I can't. Probably one of the best jokes ever told. Oh, especially from the Onion. This is wonderful, guys. Wonderful. The Sandy Hook families decided they would effectively join our bid, and try to get us over the finish line, because by the end of the day, it was us or Alex Jones who would either continue this website unabated, basically unpunished for what he's done. Yeah, because he was just going to get a proxy to buy the thing. They were going to sell it back to him at a discount. They were already talking about who was going to do it. For what he's done for these families over the years, and we would make a dumb, stupid website. We decided to do the second thing. I love these guys so much. Oh, hey, later. Sandy Hook family sued Jones and his company for repeatedly... Yeah, we know all this, but all right, for saying that the shooting killed... repeatedly saying on his show that the shooting that killed 20 children and 6 educators in Newtown, Connecticut was a hoax staged by crisis actors to spur more gun control. Yeah, how'd that work out? Yeah, see, notice how nothing ever comes of that, so it just, the conspiracy just falls apart, but then these people are just like, what? It's true! I still have my guns, but they're coming for them, they're coming for them, they're coming for them. Parents and children of the many victims testified that they were traumatized by Jones' conspiracy theories and threats by his followers. Dude, one guy literally ended his life. Let's not fucking dilute that. The Onion bills itself as the world's leading news publication, offering highly acclaimed, universally revered coverage of breaking national, international, local news events. And it says it has 4.3 trillion daily readers. I love these guys so much. They're doing the Trump. Recent headlines have included Trump boys have slap fight over who gets to run foreign policy meetings. Oklahoma law requires 10 commandments to be displayed in every womb. Jeez. Man forgetting difference between meteoroid struggles to describe what just killed us. So, meteorite. Oh my god. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Sealed bids for the private auction were open Wednesday, but both supporters and detractors of Jones expressed interest in buying Infowars. Duh. And Jones had told listeners the outcome would determine whether he stayed on the Infowars platform. Well, you can stay on it, but it's definitely going to be a parody of you. The bankruptcy trustee. This guy is getting very distracting. Go away. He keeps looking at my belly. Sealed bids for the private auction were open Wednesday. Both supporters. Oh, yeah, we read that. The bankruptcy trustee named First Union American Companies, which is affiliated with one of Jones' product selling sites, as the backup bid. Yeah, that's the thing. He was using like a shell company. It was a shell company that he has most of his like supplements and t-shirts and all of that, or his what do you call them, the bucket, his buckets. Here, let's actually, I think we got a news report on this. Oh, we do. Here, I got it. We have to finish this with a legitimate news source talking about the Onion buying Infowars. Guys, I'm so glad that I get to have this just in the memory bank of YouTube.
New this morning, the satirical news site The Onion has just won an auction to acquire the media outlet Infowars. Right-wing conspiracy theorist Alex Jones. The Onion's bid was backed by the families of 8 victims of the Sandy Hook school shooting, the very people that Jones defamed. And now Alex Jones is responding on social media.
Here we go.
The Connecticut Democrats with the Onion newspaper bought us. They asked, did they outbid? They said, well, it was competitive. So they changed all the bidding rules, made it secret 2 days ago. I had a bad feeling. I told you that. And just like they tried to shut us down back in late May without a court order. They're supposed to have a court order. There's going to be injunctions filed. I'm about to go live out of Harrison's American Journal studio. I don't know what's going to happen, but I'm going to be here until they come in here and turn the lights off.
Joining us now, CNN Chief Media Analyst Brian Stelter. Brian, how did this go down?
They turned the lights off with the weather machines. I don't even know how that works, but it just works.
It's both hilarious and also very serious, Jim. For those who don't know, The Onion, this is the print newspaper of The Onion. The Onion's a longtime comedy brand, a satire brand, making fun of real news. The Onion was fake news before that slogan ever erupted in our politics. Here's an example from The Onion paper, Jim. Trump launches his own brand of voting machines. Like, that's the kind of humor The Onion is known for, but they're doing something very serious here. They were able to bid for the Infowars media empire. Infowars, of course, a very different kind of fake news. Infowars and Alex Jones, he's all about fear of immigrants, fear of Democrats, fear of government. He is a disinformation artist, and it was his defaming of the Sandy Hook families that caused all of this to happen. It was that lawsuit, it was that $1.5 billion judgment against Jones that sent this to auction, and as of today, a judge has ruled that The Onion, a satirical news website, gets to own all of the Infowars assets. So as we speak, Jim, Infowars.com, the website's already been taken down, and now the new owners, whether they use it for comedy or they use it for advocacy,
that's what they're doing.
We're going to find out in the months.
They're doing. I think they're trying to do both, but we'll see how that works, because splitting it up, I don't know how that's going to.
Fascinating, especially after Alex Jones caused so much pain for the families of the Sandy Hook victims, defaming them, just putting them through hell. A lot of people are seeing.
And that's why.
Yeah. Some justice here.
This is another example of the courts bringing real punishment.
Yeah, guys, let's just sit in this one and enjoy it. Let's just enjoy the hell out of this, because it's real. His supporters have to accept this. It's freaking hysterical.
For defamation. Jim, you and I have been covering this for a few years now. We've seen how it's really only the courts that are able to bring justice to the big liars out there promoting big lies. And Alex Jones, in some ways, was the biggest one of them all. Look, he's going to set up shop somewhere else. He's vowing to fight on. He has allies like Steve Bannon. They're going to help him do.
Yeah, but like the Tucker Carlson thing, good luck. Good luck, dude. Like, you just lost, your following doesn't follow you as much as you would think. Like, realistically, it's what happened with Tucker Carlson. Once he was off Fox News, the access, that's why people even watch him. It was just quick, easy accessibility that they didn't even have to think about. So once they have that extra step, you're already asking too much.
Do it. But The Onion was able to partner with the Sandy Hook families, and they've actually struck an advertising deal with the gun control group, Every Town for Gun Safety. So they're trying to do some good to take out all the damage that Alex Jones caused, Jim.
Well, hats off to them all. Brian Stelter, thank you very much.
This is real. This is real.
Satirical news website The Onion has won the bankruptcy auction to buy conspiracy theorist Alex Jones's Infowars. Now, the bid was backed.
How are they not all smiling doing this? I mean, at least the first guy Brian was just like, this is hilarious, but that's serious.
By families of the victims of the Sandy Hook massacre. The group won a huge $1 billion lawsuit against Alex Jones and his company in 2018. This was over him spreading baseless, horrible conspiracy theories about the Sandy Hook massacre.
They're coming for me. They're coming for me. They're going to be coming for you.
And saying that the shooting never happened and that it was made up. According to reports coming in now, The Onion plans to turn Infowars potentially into a parody itself, But there's a whole lot of questions of what this means now with this news coming in. So let me bring in right now CNN media analyst and Axios senior media correspondent Sarah Fisher on this. Sarah, tell me more about what you're hearing as we're learning.
You want to talk about a news organization that just was like, we're going to pivot this way.
Onion won this bidding war for Infowars. What could the Onion do with it?
Well, the great thing, Kate,
CNN too,
is that the Onion can do absolutely anything it wants at this point because it's independent. The Onion was part of a bigger media company that was owned by a private equity firm. And as such, a lot of its investments really had to go through its parent company. Now that it's independent, it can make acquisitions like this and it can do whatever it wants to the site. It owns the IP. And you'll
he walks like a wrestler going to the ring.
Alex Jones today, talking to his listeners, just talking about what's going on. He said they've seized my equipment. They've seized parts of my studio. So the Onion could theoretically take his equipment and start broadcasting however they like. Of course, you should imagine, Kate, that they're going to do a lot of rebranding it, I assume, and trying to make it the parody that sort of fits its mold.
Hadass Gold has been, she was on just this week talking about this and before the outcome had been known and saying that no matter the outcome of this auction, Alex Jones had the option, he could.
His wrestling theme song would literally be the sound of him hitting the glass but not being able to break it, so that thud where it's just thud, and then that with like kazoos like.
Sadly, continue to push his conspiracy theories by jumping over to another site, potentially. But can Alex Jones fight this?
It would be really hard for him to fight it. Remember, the bankruptcy judge is approving this process because he owes $1.5 billion to these families. And the only thing that he could have done prior to this would have been get another ideologically aligned player to come up with the money to join the bidding process and try to get it sold to somebody that was ideologically.
Oh, we don't have hopium for our right-wing viewers. Oh no, they might tune out.
Aligned with him. That didn't happen. So I think Alex Jones is out of options. All he can do is complain about it. He can try to create a rival site, especially now that he's back on X. He has more of a platform and a megaphone to do that. But it's going to be really hard, Kate. I mean, he's built up this brand over
a little bit. I mean, you guys are pretending like X and Twitter are still the same. You're pretending that it's the same as it was even before Elon bought it. Like, do you understand just how little engagement there is actually going on X right now?
For so many years, and I think it's going to be torturous for him to watch the Onion make a parody of it.
But when you think about the
blue sky
torture
coming
that
soon.
These families have suffered
I'm not even kidding.
From his conspiracy theories, I mean, remind folks, Sarah, of just what Alex Jones has done and how he has utilized Infowars to spread his conspiracy theories for so long.
Alex Jones is one of the most prolific conspiracy theorists in the United States, period, Kate. So this is somebody who alleged that the U.S. government plotted 9/11. This is somebody who made the lives of these families of Sandy Hook victims absolute hell by spewing conspiracies about them for years. Most tech platforms kicked him off because they thought that he was just too toxic to the environment. And so when the judge says that he owes those families $1.5 billion, one thing I should note, Kate, in helping to pull together this bid, they're going to use some of what those proceedings would have gone to them to push this site against him. And it gives you a sense of how much the Sandy Hook families want to make sure that he gets a taste of his own medicine. That's
a great point, Sarah.
I mean, this is literally somebody in this comment section just said it right here. This, a masterclass in trolling, is exactly what this is. This, I mean, oh my God, I can't imagine how like the right wing, like conspiracy theory, like the actual viewers of Infowars are taking this. Oh man, that's got to be just. This is the bad part about me not really frequenting social medias, that I don't go looking for that, because I just know how that's gonna turn out. Eventually, it's just gonna feed my algorithm with more bullshit. Blah 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 blah. All right. We're living in the funniest timeline, guys. Like I can't even begin to tell you right now. Just like this one, let's just take it for what it is. This is the biggest win that we could have gotten in this specific case. So, oh God, I can't even think of a different scenario that would have been funnier. This was it. Like you could make the joke, like, yeah, it'd be hilarious if the Onion bought. Like legit, the first thing I said when I saw this morning, I'm like, oh, this is from the Onion. Like, this has got to be from the Onion. And I saw it was from USA Today. I was like, oh, this is real. I was like, what? Immediately jumped on Google and saw multiple articles talking about it. I was like, this is hilarious. This is hilarious. Oh, man. So, as I said, let's off the copium from them, since they had the whole week from us, obviously. God, I hate that shit, honestly. You huffing copium? I had a family member just like, oh, you're doing a lot better than I thought you would. I thought you were going to be like curled up in a ball in a deep depression. It's just like, I'm a high functioning depressive. Joke's on you. Anyway, anything else we can talk about with the Onion? I mean, what else is there to say? The Onion bought Infowars and is keeping the name and re-releasing it as a satirical conspiracy website that you know at some point they're gonna forget. They're gonna forget that the Onion bought this. This is the nice part about the short attention span of the American populace is just shit like this. Oh boy. The one thing they did ask that I am legit kind of curious about is like how they're going to use this. Like, they mentioned some form of advocacy, but I don't know. I think this is just the opportunity to absolutely like take everything he says, spin it, and then just run it. Because you don't even have to work. He's doing all the work for you. He's literally doing all the work for you. Oh man. Do it WW or WCW and WWE style, like where they had the little skits on WWE. Like if you don't know about this, like in the mid '90s, they had a rivalry, WCW and WWF, and WWF like got desperate and they started running skits, making fun of Ted Turner, the owner of WCW, and Macho Man and Hulk Hogan, where they were like old. And they thought that they were trolling them, but it turns out they were only trolling themselves. So, yeah, this is just... Actually, my point with that is that was the last time that I think I laughed that much where I'm like, oh, this is hilarious. Like, this is... Oh, my God. Like, they have the opportunity to do the ultimate, like, just the funniest stuff now. Oh, Lord. All right, well, if you haven't already, leave a like. I would really appreciate it. It's free for you, and it really helps my videos and helps me out in the algorithm. Leave a comment letting me, like, come on, guys. Just type out haha or whatever. Like, let's join in and just say how funny this is. And this is hilarious. I still... All right. And also, yeah, subscribe to the channel if you're not already. I really appreciate it. So I will see you in the next one.